In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
I didn't actually know Mr. Ryan, so if anyone would like to add anything.
Here's to you, Jimmy boy.
One for the road, Jimmy.
Bottoms up, Jimmy. So long, Jimmy. Better days, Jimmy.
Jimmy Ryan in his grave.
Ah, he made it to 67. That's not bad for an Irish drunk.
Oh, chain smoke.
Going to a meeting tonight?
Yeah, I guess I'll go to St. Jude's.
Jimmy Ryan. Met him in 75, 76. Great years.
Oh, yeah? What was so great about him?
Oh, I can't remember. That's why I know they were great. That must have been a great time for you, huh, Charlie?
I don't know. I can't remember much either.
Got that classy wife, too.
Yeah, Edie Forrest.
Yeah, all the Forrest girls. Yeah, must have been loaded, huh?
Oh, yeah, she was loaded, all right. The only woman I ever knew who drank more than me.
You had a kid, too, right?
Molly must be 19. I haven't seen her in years. Last I heard, she was in a drug clinic in California. Edie figured she could screw up as good as I could, and I guess she did.
Mr. Sloan, where have you been? I've been looking for you all morning.
Tiffany, what a lovely thing to say.
Robin Harwell's been in your office for 2 hours. Carol wants to see you now.
Carol Jr. or Carol Sr.? Who's Robin Harwell? Morning.
Where the hell have you been? It's almost noon. Robin Harwell is in your office.
I've been to a funeral. Now, who is Robin Harwell?
Do you believe this? He doesn't have a clue.
Robin Harwell is Harrison Harwell's widow.
Harwell Boats Harwell? He's dead?
Stabbed to death last night. Police are holding his daughter. Mrs. Harwell refuses to speak to anyone but you. Won't even talk to me.
Well, she probably remembers the old days, Kev. When you were a prosecutor and I used to beat your ass regularly, just like a drum.
Oh, come on. That's it, Dad.
Yes. She's probably not aware of the last 6 years or so you've been living off my charity. I want you to introduce her to me. Then I want you to get out. You owe me, Charles.
You're right, Kev. I do owe you. Okay. Mrs. Harwell, hi. I'm Charlie Sloan. I'm sorry I've been kept waiting so long. I was at a funeral. I wasn't expecting you.
It's pretty formal for a guy who used to try to get in my pants every Saturday night.
Murder Novak.
God, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Bobby, God, you look amazing.
Robin, please.
So I'm sorry about your husband.
Yes, well. The police say it was our daughter. I want you to represent her.
I'll get right over to the jail. How long were you married to Harrison Harwell?
11 years. I was his third wife.
And how old is your daughter? I'm sorry, I don't know her name.
Angel. She's 22. She's my stepdaughter. But I couldn't love her more if she were my own.
What happened last night?
Harrison was stabbed to death. Dennis, our houseman, found him in his office. Blood everywhere. The police found Angel in her closet. Hands and clothes covered in blood. If she did it, obviously she was insane. And I want everything possible done for her.
I don't exactly know how to put this delicately. You don't seem, I would say, devastated by this.
Harrison and I were barely on speaking terms. He was difficult.
My boss, Kevin Carroll, is desperate to handle this.
Why not you?
Oh. No, my hotshot days are over. I'm a recovering alcoholic. That's pretty much all I am these days. I want to bring him in. Tiffany, would you send the Kevins in, please? Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright.
It was 100 years ago.
Yeah, come in. Kevin Carroll Sr., Kevin Carroll Jr. This is Mrs. Robin Harwell.
We'd like to express our sympathy, Mrs. Harwell, and anything we can do to help you or your stepdaughter, we'd consider a privilege.
Thank you. I've written Mr. Sloan a check for $25,000. Whatever arrangements you have with him are, of course, your business, but I want Mr. Sloan and only Mr. Sloan to represent Angel in this matter. Is that clear? You'll drop by the house once you've seen Angel?
Certainly.
Good day.
Well, Kev, I guess I still owe you.
She's not in a cell. We got her on a suicide watch.
Thanks. Miss Harwell, Charlie Sloan. I'm a lawyer. Robin sent me.
Are you a good lawyer, Charlie?
I used to be.
I just want to get out of this fishbowl. I can't even go to the bathroom without that woman staring at me.
I'll take care of that. First, we gotta talk. Huh? Why don't you tell me what happened last night?
Okay. Well, I went downstairs to get some milk, and I saw that the light was on in my daddy's study. So I went to the door, and I saw this barefoot lying there. And then I saw my daddy lying behind his desk with a big knife stuck in his stomach. And there's blood everywhere.
How did you get this blood on your hands and your clothes?
Well, I tried to take the knife out of him. I put both my hands on the handle of the knife and I tried to pull it out. But it was really kind of stuck inside him. And then I got scared and I ran to my room.
You didn't tell the police you stabbed him.
No, I never said anything like that, Charlie.
All right. Well, that's enough for now. Now, they're gonna have an arraignment for you tomorrow morning. I'll see you then, okay? All right, get some rest.
Charlie, please help me. Please.
I'll do my best.
I'll take care of that. We're going to be charged. Definitely.
Hey! Angel Harwell, congratulations.
Thanks, Mark. Well, Moran and McGuire.
Yeah.
The M&Ms. When are you two going to retire and stop busting my chops?
Hey, come on. You cut us up pretty good once or twice, huh? But you're out of luck this time, babe.
Oh, you know something I don't know?
Geez, we hope so.
All right. Call me later, fellas. Come on in, Charlie. Tragic case. A beautiful girl. Too bad she's a monster. Killing your own father, that's against nature.
Also the law. What are you going to charge her with?
First degree, what else?
That's ridiculous. Look, even if she did it, and I'm not saying she did, it was a family fight. It was an impulse.
Charlie, you got the confession.
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's being typed. We'll get it as soon as it's available.
I won't hold my breath. All right, who's handling the trial?
Best man in the office. Me.
Oh, you must have a good case.
Listen, Mark, you got her on a suicide watch. Is that necessary?
It's a routine precaution.
Well, maybe you should have a shrink in to see her. You know, I mean, if you think she's crazy enough to kill herself.
Hey, that's crap, Charlie.
Is it crap, Mark? There are 50 reporters 200 yards from here. Are they going to think it's crap? Or are they going to think crazy killer angel on suicide watch?
Okay. You want the suicide watch taken off? No problem. Done.
I want to see the confession, too.
I said as soon as it's available. Come on, Charlie, let's have some fun, huh?
Okay, we'll have some fun. Angel, too? Call the jail.
Charlie. How is she?
She seems okay.
Charlie Sloan, Nate Golden. Nate is Corporation Counsel for Harwell Boats.
Charlie and I are old friends.
Nate was president of the Bar Association when I was practicing in Detroit.
How are you feeling these days, Charlie?
It's all right, Nate. Robin knows I used to be a drunk, and I'm feeling much better, thank you.
Can I get you something?
Yeah, I'd love some coffee, thanks.
Teresa, coffee, please. So, what happens now?
They've scheduled the arraignment for tomorrow morning. They're going for first-degree murder. It seems she gave them some kind of a statement.
Have you seen it?
No, they won't show me anything till they have to. Maybe tomorrow.
It's what I was saying, Robin. We need someone who is closer to the prosecutor politically. It's all a matter of finding the right man. No offense, Charlie.
None taken.
Then you agree with me?
No. No, there won't be any deals with this case. Look, rich white people in trouble are a politician's dream, and Mark Ebola is all politician. No, we plead guilty or we go to trial.
Then we need to find someone right away.
The sooner the better.
I was thinking of Sylvester Drake or Walter Feiger.
They're the best.
Just put it on the coffee table, Teresa. Thank you.
In any case, we need to get ready for the evidence hearing. It'll probably be the end of the week.
I'll try to find Walter Feiger. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Good to see you again, Charlie.
Thank you for everything, Nate.
How you holding up?
I'm all right. Need a drink.
Why don't you show me where they found the body? It's unbelievable.
We have 5 homes. This office is duplicated in each one.
Oh. Wow. Is he a black belt?
In everything.
How old was he?
72.
72?
He didn't look it or act it. It was one of these swords over here.
Did you love it?
Once. He was pretty dazzling when he wanted something. And I didn't know then was that he wanted everything. And everyone.
He was unfaithful.
There were no rules. Not for Harrison. Ask Teresa, who brought the coffee. He was dazzling her a couple of times a week. Want a drink? Oh, that's right. You quit. You shocked?
Not much shocks me anymore.
Were you afraid of Charlie? Vodka or me?
Both.
They got me a very nice cell. Thank you, Charlie.
Good. Come on.
All rise. Third District Court is in session.
Will counsel please approach the bench? Now, fellas, this is a simple procedure. Let's not have any grandstanding. Let's go.
The state will charge that Angel Harwell committed first-degree murder when she brutally stabbed her father in the chest.
And how does the accused answer the charge?
I don't know, Your Honor.
What?
Your Honor, the prosecution alleges that my client has made statements detrimental to herself. Now, I've asked to see these statements, but so far I've been refused. How am I supposed to advise my client regarding her plea without knowing what she said to the police?
You could ask her, Counselor. Spare me the rhetoric, please. Well, Mr. Rigola?
I resent Mr. Sloan's implication, Your Honor. I told him his client's confession was being typed up. I also told him he would get a copy when it was finished.
Well, is it finished? Or is it being hand-lettered by monks?
It's just been completed, Your Honor.
Take a few minutes, Counselor.
All rise.
No. Stay where you are, everybody. I'll be right back.
Actually, Your Honor, the defense is ready to plead now.
All right, Mr. Sloan. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. A plea of not guilty to the charge of first-degree murder is entered. There can be no bond. The examination is set for Friday.
Question, did you kill your father? Answer, I'm not sure. My mind isn't clear. Oh, boy. Question, let me put it differently. Who was responsible for your father's death? Answer, I think I'm responsible for his death. Terrific. Well, we're dead, too, with this statement.
Will you take the case, Walter?
Why not go with Charlie? There was nobody better than Charlie Sloan a few years ago.
And Charlie has had some problems of a personal nature in recent years.
You mean the booze? Ah, the curse of the criminal lawyer. Tell me, are you a friend of Bill's these days?
Oh, yeah.
How long?
2 years, 8 months.
And you don't even count the days anymore. That's a good sign. It's been 16 years for me.
Really?
Yeah, I qualified a long time ago. Anyway, I'm not available for at least a month. Charlie, why don't you handle the evidence hearing Friday? We've got no chance at a reduction anyway, not with this statement. And I'll be here for the trial if you still want me.
Does that mean she stays in jail?
I'm afraid so. But now I've got a plane to catch. Charlie? Good luck. Keep making those meetings.
Thanks.
Miss Harwell?
Walter, can I have a word? Robin Would you join us for a moment, please? Excuse us for a minute, Charlie.
Oh, look who's here. Hey, Charlie, saw you on TV today.
Yeah. There's a movie star.
Back in the big time, eh, Charlie?
I'm sorry, I got no time for you drunks today. I need a moment with my esteemed sponsor, Dr. Williams. Doctor?
You having fun, Charlie?
I'm excited. Been a long time.
Well, that's good. Enjoy it. Just remember what's important. They say your new client is as guilty as hell.
Hey, come on, Fred. You're a psychiatrist. There's no such thing as guilt anymore.
So what's it going to be, insanity?
You know, I'm not sure she did it. This guy's got a black belt and everything, and this kid just stabs him in the belly. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he committed suicide, you know, Harry Carey. That's a joke, Charlie.
Wish I could go to Daddy's funeral.
Are you kidding? There's going to be a 3-ring circus as it is. Now, we got to talk about this statement that you gave to the cops. Did you tell Mr. Avola, our district attorney, that you felt responsible for your father's death?
I think I said that to Mr. Avola, yes.
All right. What did you mean, responsible?
Well, I certainly didn't mean that I stabbed him.
Responsible. Was that your word or his?
I don't know. Can't you just watch the tape?
What tape?
The videotape. They set up a camera and they asked me questions and they taped it.
What? They videotaped your
They said
statement?
they do it all the time, that it was routine.
And did you say on videotape that you felt responsible for your father's death?
Not the first time.
What do you mean, not the first time?
Well, they made 2 tapes. 2.5, really. Well, Mr. Avola said he didn't like something that I said, though, so we started again. I think he liked the last one, though.
Really?
Blood. She was covered in blood. Her father's blood. We found her hiding in her closet.
Detective Moran, did you...
Hold it. Mr. Sloan, do you think, Mr. Sloan, that an objection to the word hiding might be appropriate here?
No. She was hiding in her closet. She was covered with blood.
Ah. Okay, Mr. Avola, proceed.
Detective Moran, did you question Miss Harwell about her father's death?
Yes, we did.
And what did she say?
She said she was responsible for her father's death.
You're a witness.
Detective Moran, when you found Miss Harwell hiding in her closet, covered with blood, did you call a doctor?
For her?
Yes.
No.
No further questions.
Oh, I'm not sure. My mind isn't clear.
All right, let me put it differently, Miss Harwell. Were you responsible for your father's death?
I think I was responsible for my father's death. Yes. I think I'm responsible for his death. Are we done yet? I can't think straight. I'm tired.
Your Honor, in light of this enormous amount of evidence, the state proposes a charge of first-degree murder.
Mr. Sloan?
The defense will call only one witness, Your Honor.
I'm delighted you're going to do anything, Mr. Sloan. Call him.
Mark Evola, the district attorney.
Oh, Mr. Sloan.
Your Honor,
I know this is irregular. But Mr. Evola not only led the investigation at the Harwell house that night, he wrote, produced, and directed the entire prosecution scenario. Now, who better to ask why this ridiculous charge of first-degree murder is being brought against Angel Harwell?
Mr. Evola?
Your Honor, I have nothing to hide about our activities that night.
Swear him in, then. And quiet in the court.
Mr. Evola, in your movie, there was a very dramatic moment when Miss Harwell said, "I think I'm responsible for his death," referring to her father. What time did Angel Harwell say those words?
I'm not sure.
It was 3:40 a.m. Monday morning. Do you know what time Detectives Moran and McGuire began their interrogation of Angel Harwell?
No.
10:20 p.m. That was Sunday night. More than 5 hours earlier.
Oh, Miss Harwell was read her rights
She was
repeatedly.
read her rights? Was she seen by a doctor?
She was fine. She didn't...
She was fine. She was found trembling in her closet in a state of terrified shock. You say she was fine? Do you practice medicine too, Mr. Evola?
Miss Harwell was lucid and composed, and she was advised of her rights repeatedly.
Well, thank you for your diagnosis, doctor. Mr. Evola, you take 3 separate statements by Miss Harwell. Why?
Well, we needed some clarification on certain points. She had said some things earlier.
Yes, one of the things she said was that she had not killed her father. Is that right?
Well, in her first statement, she said something to that effect.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, but that wasn't satisfactory. No, so you see, you kept at her. An exhausted, traumatized young woman covered in her father's blood. You kept badgering her. You kept turning the machine on and off, kept suggesting what words she used, until finally, after more than 5 hours, she said what you wanted her to say. Now, isn't that true, Mr. Evola?
No, that's not true. And I resent this speech-making, Your Honor.
You agreed to this, Mr. Evola, and I find it entertaining. However, Mr. Sloan, you have made your point about Miss Harwell's statement. Is there anything else you'd like to ask Mr. Evola?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, there is. Mr. Evola, you wish to charge Angel Harwell with first-degree murder in that she planned her father's murder and then she stabbed him to death in cold blood with malice aforethought. Is that right?
Absolutely.
And having done so, this vicious, cunning, cold-blooded murderess ran up to her room and she hid in her closet like a terrified 5-year-old. Does this indicate premeditation, Mr. Evola?
Well, she was overwhelmed with her act. I mean,
the weapon used to kill Harrison Harwell in this carefully planned, premeditated murder hung on the wall.
Well, she certainly knew where the sword was, Counselor. So why not? Are you suggesting that she's a
Right.
She saw that
Premeditation? Is that what you call premeditation?
All right, fellas. That's enough. That was fun, Mr. Sloan. Now go to your corners and let's finish this up. It is the judgment of the court that there is sufficient evidence to establish probable cause that the defendant did commit murder. However, the state has failed to show premeditation as required by law. Therefore, Miss Harwell is required to answer to the lesser charge of second-degree murder.
I protest this decision.
You can appeal it, but I don't think you're going to have much luck. Now, as to the matter of bail...
I object to bail of any kind.
Your Honor, since my client is absolutely innocent of any charge, I ask that she be released in her own recognizance.
Bail is set at $250,000. And that, Mr. Evola, as they say in the movie business, is a wrap.
All rise.
A few more minutes, you'll be on your way home.
That was wonderful, Charlie.
Thank you.
Charlie, I'd forgotten what a trickster you are. Beautifully done. Thanks, though I'm sure it cost me a few years of my life. However, we really should decide this business of new counsel.
But Charlie, when?
Yes, my darling. Sit, sit. The actual trial is a much more complicated business. But of course, we'll pick somebody that Charlie would be happy to work with. Isn't that right, Charlie?
You're facing second-degree murder charges, Angel. Now, that could mean a life sentence. You deserve the best, and you can afford it.
You are the best. He is. I'll plead guilty unless Charlie defends me. I mean it. I'll walk right into the other room and I will plead guilty. It's my life, my money, and my decision, and I want Charlie.
But, darling, we only want somebody else to help. Why does it have to be Charlie and only Charlie?
Because I trust him.
Hello.
Hail the conquering hero. Champagne?
No, orange juice, thanks.
Not even a little glass?
A little glass tonight, a half a bottle tomorrow. By the end of the week, I'm back in a straitjacket.
I was very proud of you today. Good thing you weren't such a smooth talker back in the old days. I'd be a grandmother. Nate Golden called. He was pretty upset.
Yeah, that pompous little jerk. What makes it worse is he's right. That Angel needs a lot more than I can give her.
What do you mean, investigators? People like that? You could hire those.
Yeah, but it's, it's expensive, it's complicated.
And you're scared.
Terrified. And not just for Angel. If I screw this up, I'm finished. Golden will see to that.
Good. I like having a lawyer who'll be ruined if he doesn't win my case.
Like the gladiators, huh? Win or die.
You're my gladiator, Charlie.
Our gladiator.
Charlie, there's a gentleman in your office, and he doesn't have an appointment.
Little Mike, right? Listen, Tiffany, do me a favor. On my old Rolodex, you'll find a Sidney Sherman. See if you can track him down for me, okay?
I am not your secretary, Charlie. You got like 50 calls here. Everybody wants you to represent them.
Probably just the guilty ones, huh? Come on, do me a favor. Find him for me. Okay, fellas. Thank you. Oh, Mike. How you doing? You should have called me. Told me you were coming.
No phones, Charlie. I got more antennas aimed at me than the space shuttle. You want to handle a murder case in Detroit?
Yeah? What do they got on you?
Not me. Rick Allen.
Ferrari Rick? He's still alive?
Yeah, he's got a few new holes in him, but he's still around. They'll hold him for murder first. You get the charges reduced to get him out on bail. I'd be most grateful. In cash.
Didn't Rick used to be one of your rivals, Mike?
Things change. We got together on a few things, you know.
And he got busted hard. So maybe he makes a deal with the cops, which maybe involves you. So you want me to get him out on bail so you can reason with him or something.
In the old days, you didn't think so much, Charlie. You just take the money.
Well, like you say, Mike, things change. No, I can't do it.
No. Not for a badass black man like me. But for that sweet little blonde who killed her daddy, you can take her money. You can get her off, huh? Give him 500.
No, forget it, Mike. It's on the house.
No. You take it. That's your fee. It makes us attorney and client, and it keeps your mouth shut.
You were always too smart for this, Mike.
Yeah. But not smart enough to know the difference between wrong and right. You gotta go to law school to get them kind of smarts, Buster. Yeah. You got to pass that bar exam before you can be so sure who's good and who's bad. Ain't that right, Mr. Charlie? Hmm?
Yeah, Tiffany, are you having any luck tracking down Sidney Sherman?
I'm not your secretary, Charlie. They're gone, thank God.
Who the hell were those people?
Which people?
Those black thugs.
They're criminals, Junior. We're lawyers, so we call them customers.
You know them, Sloan?
Yeah, little Mike's an old friend from Detroit.
An old friend?
We don't do that kind of work, Sloan.
Well, I do. All right, look, fellas, maybe it's a good time for me to find my own place, huh?
What about the Harwell fee?
Okay. You're just a sentimental slob, aren't you? A deal's a deal. You'll get your third. All right, I'll clear out of here today.
Good riddance.
Listen, Kev. Now, you helped me when I really needed it. I appreciate that.
Just don't forget that fee.
Charlie, Sidney Sherman is on the phone.
Sidney, how about a bowl of soup?
I saw you on TV. You look like crap.
Ah, that's my new image, the underdog. How you doing?
I'm still collecting, thanks to you. Good. Still think about that kid, Charlie.
Sidney, he crippled you. You were a cop. He had a gun. It was him or you?
Maybe.
How's Irene?
Oh, what a nympho. She still wants it once or twice a year. Other than that, life is good. Hey, how you doing with Nate Golden, huh?
Oh, how do you know about that?
Because I know Nate Golden.
So listen, you want to work?
Angel Harwell? You want to check out Cradle to Jail cell, am I right?
Yeah. Especially your medical history. Also the old man, Harrison Harwell. See if you can dig up on him.
All right. Good old Charlie. Put the victim on trial, huh, Charlie?
No, I think maybe this guy killed himself.
I love it already.
It's going to cost you, buddy. Money is no problem.
Wonderful. So give me some.
Huh? I made out the check already. $10,000 for openers.
You are the only lawyer alive I would take a check from.
Oh.
Charlie, you should come take a swim. It's wonderful.
Nah, it's illegal for me to take my shirt off in public. Besides, I got to find a new place to work.
Did you get fired today?
No. We had a disagreement. They own the building. And yeah, I guess I did get fired.
Why don't you take one of the offices down at Harwell Boats? God knows there's enough room down there.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll call Nate Golden. When would you like to move in?
How about this afternoon?
Okay. I'll give Nate a call right now.
Oh, that'd be great, thanks. Listen, Angel, we gotta talk.
Oh, I don't want to talk about the trial today.
We gotta get started on a couple of things, all right? I want you to talk to a friend of mine. A guy named Fred Williams.
Who is he?
Well, he's a psychiatrist, but he's the wisest man I know. He can help us.
Well, Charlie, if he's a friend of yours, then that's good enough for me.
Good. Also, I need a list of all the psychiatrists and hospitals that you've dealt with over the years and releases.
What kind of releases?
Well, releases so I can look at the files, talk to the doctors.
No.
What do you mean, no?
It's all set up. Nate's expecting you.
What's going on?
All I said was I wanted access to her psychiatric records.
What? Why on earth would you need that?
All right, now hold on a second. Do you two realize what's happening here? Huh? Look, the house is on fire. And I'm the fire department, and you can't say, Charlie, please put the fire out, but don't go in the basement.
That's enough. Nate's waiting for you. We'll discuss this later.
Charlie, I'd love to speak with your friend, Fred Williams.
Mr. Golden, please.
Sloan? I was just leaving. Max Webster, Charlie Sloan.
Hello.
I'm on my way to a meeting, so I'll leave you to Max.
Friendly guy, Nate.
Oh, Nate's all right. I think it embarrasses him, you know. Failed business.
Is Harwell Boats a failure?
Oh, yeah. Total failure. We made boats here, Mr. Sloan. Real boats. Nobody wants real boats anymore. They want toys, cheap plastic toys. Use them for a couple of years and throw them away.
Wow.
Yeah. This is where old Sam Harwell started the company in 1890.
It's amazing. She said Harrison couldn't measure up to his father, but the company's a lot bigger now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Harwell Industries is very solid. Lumber, paper mills, real estate, and so on. But that was the management committee, really. Harrison ran the boat operation himself. It was the heart and soul of the company, and its loss was a terrible blow to him.
So you know him pretty well?
Huh. For 60 years? I met Harrison right here in this room when I was an apprentice. He was about 10.
I want to ask you something crazy. You say the loss of the boat company was a terrible blow to him. Do you think he was capable of suicide?
Isn't that interesting?
What?
When I first heard about his death, I just assumed Harrison had killed himself.
Hey, Irene. Charlie Sloan. Yeah, how you doing? Where's Sydney? He went to Florida before the check cleared? Well, I'm flattered. Listen, I got a new number. 555-4314. Would you give it to him? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're right. It's like old times, kid. All right, bye-bye.
Hello, Charlie.
Angel, I didn't recognize.
I haven't been here since I was a little girl.
You okay?
You're upset with me, aren't you, Charlie? I'm sorry.
What's this?
It's what you wanted. The hospitals, the doctors.
How about the releases?
Would you like to have sex with me, Charlie?
Angel.
You've done so much for me. I feel like I should do something for you.
Well, that's nice.
I don't think it's a great reason to have sex with someone.
Do you need to have a reason?
Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah. I'm an old-fashioned. Hell, I'm just old and beat up.
Charlie, I've had sex with men a lot older than you. And Robin doesn't need to know.
I don't think it's a good idea, kid.
Maybe not now. But by the time this is over, you'll change your mind. Everyone wants to have sex with me, Charlie. Everyone.
I look at this kid and all I can see is... Charlie. Right. All I can see is my daughter, Molly, you know, alone, screwed up.
You ever try to contact her?
I think about it all the time.
Do it.
Yeah. The thing is, would I make it better for her or worse? Anyway, Angel, I gotta know what I'm dealing with here.
I'll have her at my office at 10 tomorrow morning. I'll do the best I can.
Do you want me there?
No, just throw me in the test. You know, Charlie, maybe you should take a walk on this one.
And do what, Fred? Spend the rest of my days chasing deadbeats, hustling for work down at the courthouse. I need this. But this kid scares the hell out of me.
She's been damaged. Seriously damaged. She's 22 years old, and for most of that time, she didn't even know what love was. She spent her childhood playing with the servants, for God's sake. She was 11, her mother just took off, grabbed the divorce settlement, and disappeared. And Harrison either spoiled her obsessively or ignored her completely. She was just desperate for love. And she went out and she found it. Or some version of it, anyway.
Yeah.
Charlie, only Cubans should eat Cuban food. Where are you? Where am I calling?
Look, Sydney, it's a long story. I got somebody here with me, so what's up?
It's what I haven't got that's interesting. Missing hospital records, lost police files, no copies, no references, nothing. Someone went through a lot of trouble.
I wonder why.
A couple of things. First, did you know that Harwell was planning to divorce your friend Robin?
No, he was, huh?
Very acrimonious, too. The lawyer here won't give me anything, but I'll get it. And the neighbors got a lot to say about the Harwells, and not all of it is good.
For example?
For example, a lot of fights. Angel and her old man were regular sparring partners. Oh, yeah, and according to, Chastity, loved Tyrell.
Chastity? Who, what?
The rich bimbo next door. She got a set of bazungas from here to Toledo. And get this, she says that Angel stabbed her old man once before, a couple of years ago. Are you still there, Charlie?
Yeah, what's left of me. All right, when are you coming back?
My plane gets in 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. Pick me up, bring some more cash. I gotta go to New York. But first, we're gonna pay a visit on Alphonse Germain.
Who?
He was one of Angel's psychiatrists. His name was on the list you faxed me.
What about him?
Obviously, you don't read the supermarket tabloids, Charlie. Dr. Alphonse Germain and his injections of love.
Is Chastity going to testify?
I don't know.
It's not what you think. Harrison drank too much in the last couple of years. He was abusive. Physically abusive.
To Angel?
To both of us. I tried to stay out of the way for the most part. Angel fought back. Had a couple of black eyes and a separated shoulder. It'll be in the hospital records and the police report.
Not necessarily. Why'd you stay with him?
Why did you drink?
Good answer.
Mr. Sloan, Mr. Sherman? Look, it's history, okay? The newspapers had their fun. They took my license away. I'm not a psychiatrist anymore. So what can you do to me that hasn't already been done?
We could send you to prison for statutory rape.
Angel was 15 years old when you started treating her, Doc. And that'll get you 10 years in this state.
Oh, God. Look, I was stupid, all right? It was transference. Textbook transference. But the counter-transference, I couldn't handle it. Not with any of them. I just couldn't control it.
But any of them, Doc, are just the good-looking ones.
Crazy broad, I cannot believe she told you about it.
Well, actually, she didn't. We just kind of guessed. Transference. Now that means that she's involved with someone, and you want her to transfer those feelings to you.
It's not involvement, it's obsession. Unhealthy obsession.
All right, whatever. Angel Harwell had an unhealthy obsession. With who?
I can't get into that.
Well, now what about your files, Doc? I mean, your notes and stuff. Can we have a peek at that?
They're gone. I destroyed them.
Why would you destroy them?
Did you destroy all the files or just Angel's?
Did Harrison Harwell pay you to destroy those files? It was him, wasn't it? Angel Harwell had an unhealthy obsession with her father, didn't she? Didn't she? Come on. Damn it, talk to me!
She manipulated the whole session. She was having fun. She was playing with me.
So then we got nothing.
I wouldn't say that. We talked a long time. She's pretty tricky, but two things emerged. First, she's very anxious to please.
Anxious to please who?
Everybody. The tendency to become whatever another person wants her to become.
Well, let's see. That could explain her sexual history. What's the other thing?
A very intense relationship with her father.
No. Absolutely not. It's impossible. Don't you think I would have known if that had been going on?
It happens in the best of families. Nobody ever knows. Who you calling?
Angel, I'm in the west sitting room with Charlie. Would you come down? She doesn't lie to me.
Look, Robin, I know this is tough, but it explains a lot. Her problems with her father, her illness, her refusal to let me look into her files, the disappearance of a lot of evidence.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is missing. I mean, hospital records, psychiatric histories,
police files. Now, somebody has systematically destroyed evidence about Angel, her therapy, her problems with the cops.
And you think Harrison did it?
Who else? I mean, who else had the money or the influence to do something like that? And why? Why? Because there was something so foul, so rotten in those files, he had to do it.
Who had to do what?
Angel?
Charlie has something he wants to ask you.
Did you have a sexual relationship with your father?
My father loved me very much, and I loved him very much.
Now, listen, Angel. Whatever happened, it wasn't your fault. You were a child. You weren't responsible. You have to talk to me about it.
It happened, you have to tell us.
He loved me, and I loved him. I have nothing more to say.
I could put you on the stand, Angel. I could put you on the stand and ask you the same question, and you'd have to tell us, you'd have to tell everyone.
If you put me on the stand, I'll tell the truth. So what you want, Charlie?
You better go. Leave us alone for a couple of days.
Check it out. Get back to me.
What?
Hey, it's Popeye the Sailor Man. Boop, boop. Charlie, you're a slob.
Yeah, but what I'm paying you could start cleaning up. Where the hell have you been?
Fun City, New York. Oh, you'd fit right in, Charlie. To move into a big cardboard box, you'd never notice the difference.
You hear what judge we got?
Tell me.
Brown.
Oh, downtown Teddy Brown. Give you 20 years, Charlie. Well, I wish I was bringing you good news, Charlie, but...
What?
I got Harwell's wills. The old one and the new one is yet unsigned.
How do you get this stuff, Sidney? And do I really want to know?
Lawyers are easy, Charlie. You guys make barrels of money with secret wills and contracts and agreements, and then you hand them over to some schlep who's making $9 a week. All I gotta do is find the right schlep.
All right, give it to me in shorthand. Come on.
The new will's the kicker. Harwell was gonna sign it after the sale of the boat company. Now, Angel would get most of the money, but only after she agreed to spend the rest of her life in a mental hospital. Lifetime medical treatment, he calls it. She says no, she gets zip, and the money goes to some Japan society. He was gonna put her away for good, his own daughter.
That's a real sweetheart. What about Robin?
Well, under the new will, Robin gets bupkis. I mean, they're supposed to be divorced, right?
Yeah, but if he dies before he signs the new will, before they get divorced...
Which he was nice enough to do. And under the old will, the only one that counts. Are you ready, Charlie? The grieving widow gets $8 million, no strings. And sweet little Angel, her piece is about $12 million, also no strings. A couple of lucky girls, wouldn't you say, Charlie? It's what we call a motive for both of them.
You think Evola's smart enough to find it?
Oh, Moran and McGuire could find Hoffa if they wanted to. They'll dig it up, but they got to do it legal, which takes time. You want more?
You mean it gets worse?
This is not so bad. I don't know. Angel runs away to New York when she's 15, 16 years old. They find her working at this topless joint on 8th Avenue, a dump like you cannot believe. She's into drugs. She's 3 months pregnant.
Yeah.
But she was only gone 2 months. She was pregnant when she ran away. She got pregnant here.
Mr. Sloan, I understand you're no longer drinking. Keep it that way, or I will throw you out of my court and out of the legal profession if I can. This is a murder trial, but there's no reason why it should not be conducted with dignity and decorum.
And the people will prove that on the night of September 4th, Angel Harwell and her father engaged in a nasty, screaming, dog-dirty brawl, during which she stabbed her father to death. A murder, ladies and gentlemen. A murder she has confessed to, and a confession that we will see in this court on videotape.
You will see that this so-called confession was extracted only after hours of mental and emotional abuse. Angel Harwell was not only coerced into this confession, she was brutalized. She was brainwashed. She was sacrificed on the altar of political ambition.
Objection, objection! This is all a bunch of baloney!
Mr. Sloan, Mr. Evola, I will not caution you again. The next time I will charge you both with contempt. Do you hear me? Contempt!
I think I was responsible for my father's death. Yes. I think I'm responsible for his death. Are we done yet?
Did you take notes of everything that Angel Harwell said?
Yes.
All right. What happened to those notes?
I destroyed them.
You destroyed them? Why would you destroy those notes, Detective?
After she confessed to murdering her father, I didn't need them anymore, Charlie.
So it's your testimony that Angel Harwell's fingerprints, and only her fingerprints, are found on the murder weapon. Objection.
Sustained. It is not a murder weapon, Mr. Evola. Not yet.
Therefore, according to the DNA tests, the blood on Miss Harwell's body, on her clothing, on her hands, was her father's blood and no one else's.
Yes, that's right.
Your witness. No questions. So it is your testimony, Mr. Proctor, that Angel Harwell stood to inherit some $12 million from her father, but only if he died before he signed his new will?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Proctor. Your witness. Mr. Proctor, besides Angel Harwell, was there anyone else that might benefit from Mr. Harwell's untimely death?
Well, yes.
Who?
His wife, Robin Harwell.
Would you please tell the court why?
He intended to divorce his wife, so she had been written out of the new will completely.
But she had been generously provided for in the old will, is that right?
Yes.
How generously, Mr. Proctor?
Depending on the stock price, $8 million or so.
So, Mr. Proctor, Angel Harwell was not the only person in the Harwell home the night of the 4th who would profit from Harrison Harwell's death. Objection. This is irrelevant and misleading, Your Honor. Mr. Sloan is just trying to muddy the water. I'll withdraw the question. No more questions, Mr. Proctor. The prosecution calls Mrs. Robin Harwell.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name, please.
Robin Harwell.
And you are the widow of Harrison Harwell?
Yes.
Mrs. Harwell, on the night your husband died, September 4th, you were at home, were you not?
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
What?
On advice of counsel, I respectfully
Your
refuse
Honor,
to
this is a rotten, underhanded attempt to mislead this jury.
Come on, take the jury out.
The jury.
Disregard, disregard. The jury will disregard. Order! I say order in the court.
I never wanted her on the stand in the first place.
It was a feint. He planned it. He set it all up.
Mrs. Harwell, you said you were acting on advice of counsel. Did Mr. Sloan so advise you?
I declined to answer that on the same constitutional grounds.
Mrs. Harwell, that privilege extends only to yourself. If your refusal is designed to protect someone else, that is not permitted. Understand? Did Mr. Sloan so advise you?
I respectfully refuse to answer.
Oh, enough! Out! Get her out!
Right this way, ma'am.
Sloan, when this trial is over, I'll personally talk to the Bar Association about your conduct. Let's proceed.
Proceed? It's all over, Judge. He's poisoned the jury. They know what the Fifth Amendment is all about, huh, Charlie? They think that she's the murderer. I mean, this can't be cured.
No, I disagree. I'll instruct them to disregard. And Sloan, if you refer to this sorry business in any way, I'll put you behind bars. Bring them in. Therefore, the jury will disregard Mrs. Harwell's testimony. Do you understand? It didn't happen. Proceed.
Prosecution rests.
We'll adjourn for the day. The defense begins tomorrow.
We've got to get rid of this damn drunk.
Evening, folks. Hey, Nate, I thought I recognized your voice, Walter.
Charlie? Sloan, you're a disgrace. Deliberately trying to implicate Robin in this mess. Well, it's hopeless. We can't possibly win. The technical evidence is overwhelming. The defense is laughable.
There's a lot of evidence, Nate. Sometimes you just get steamrolled.
Walter, I won't have you involved in this disaster. We'll concentrate on the appeal. Sloan, by the time Judge Brown and I get finished with you, you won't be able to get a job as a process server.
Be careful, Charlie. Thanks for the advice, counselor. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Please, sir, may I have another? No.
Sorry, Charlie.
No, don't be silly. He's right. I haven't done a very good job.
Oh, yes, you have.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, all right. I gotta go.
Why don't you not go? No, stick around, relax a little bit. Angel, get Charlie another drink.
No. I've had enough to drink.
No, listen to me. Relax. We can listen to some music.
I gotta go.
You can't drive, Charlie.
Well, I'm not gonna drive. I'm gonna walk.
Mr. Sloan. How you doing, Mr. Sloan?
How'd you know my name?
Mrs. Harwell called us. She's worried about you. How about a ride home?
Come on now, you're not gonna arrest me. I'm not drunk. All right.
I don't know a cop around here would want to collar you, Mr. Sloan. After what you did for Sidney Sherman?
Sidney. Sidney's my friend.
He's our friend, too. So come on. We'll take you home. Nobody's the wiser.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Come in, Mr. Sloan.
Morning, Judge. Bailiff said you wanted to see me.
I told you what would happen if you started drinking during this trial. You were arrested last night.
That's not true. I wasn't arrested. Wait, how did you find out about it?
Nate Golden called me last night. And that is not the point, Mr. Sloan.
How did Nate Golden find out about it?
That is not the point. I'm thinking about declaring a mistrial.
On what grounds?
Angel Harwell is entitled to an adequate defense, and you are not adequate. You're a drunk and a danger to your client.
All right, first of all, I'm not a drunk. Not anymore, and I'll never be a drunk again, God help me. I had a slip last night, a small one. But you can't hang me with it because the cops are on my side, not yours. Second of all, this is a murder trial, not a game of badminton, and I don't apologize to you or anybody else for trying anything that'll keep my client out of jail. Third, I'm going to win this case. So if you're going to declare a mistrial, Judge, stop talking about it and do it. And fourth, your tea sucks.
Morning, folks. Is he going to declare a mistrial?
Well, I don't know, Nate. Why would he declare a mistrial?
Because you were arrested last night.
Actually, I wasn't arrested last night. I'm sorry to disappoint you all.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Brown presiding.
Mr. Sloan, you may proceed.
The defense calls Angel Harwell.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Miss Harwell, in October of 1989, you were treated for drug abuse at Fair Oaks Hospital in East Hampton, Long Island. Isn't that right?
I think so. I'm not sure.
On the 14th of October, you underwent surgery at that same hospital. Please tell this court what that surgery was for. Your medical record states that you had an emergency appendectomy, but that wasn't true, was it? What was the surgery for? What was the surgery for? You told me once that if I put you on the stand, you would tell the truth. Tell us now, tell this court now, what was that surgery for? What? What did you say?
I had an abortion.
Who was responsible for your pregnancy? Who was responsible for your pregnancy, Angel?
Your Honor, he's badgering the witness. It's his witness, Mr. Evola. It's his client.
She's fine! Answer the question. Tell us, court. Tell us, court, now. Now.
God's sake. You're alone. Stop it.
Who was the father of your child, Angel? Who?
My father! My father was the father of my child. My father. Well, the first time was when it was on my birthday. I'd put on my first grown-up dress and watched a movie in the screening room. And then I got late, so we went upstairs. And I went to my room, and he came in and kissed me goodnight. And then I went to sleep. When I woke up, I felt like I was drowning. There was something on top of me. It was my father. When it was over, he held me and talked to me until I went to sleep. It didn't happen very often, first. But then when I was around 15 or 16, it started happening 3 or 4 nights a week. That's when I got pregnant and I ran away. But they caught me. That was the first time they put me into a mental institution. I tried to tell the doctors what was going on, but they wouldn't believe me. They just wanted the money. Gave me drugs. And they'd send me home and it would start all over again. For the past 3 years, I just wanted to die. Robin, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you. But I couldn't tell anyone.
What happened on the night of September 4th, the night your father died?
He was very drunk, and I came down into his office. And he started with me, and I said no. I said no more. And he got really crazy. Really crazy. And he ran to the wall and picked up a knife and came running over to me and pushed it into my hands and said, "Go ahead, kill me." But I just dropped the knife and ran out of the room. And then I heard this noise. It's a horrible animal noise. I ran back into the office and he was on his knees. He'd taken the knife and he'd cut himself wide open. There was blood everywhere. I didn't know what to do. I tried to help him. But he pulled me down on him. And then he stopped moving. He was dead. I didn't kill my father. I swear to God, I didn't kill my father. He was just so unhappy. He didn't want to live anymore.
You're a witness.
No questions.
The defense rests.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict? And if so, who will speak for you?
We have reached a verdict, and I will speak.
What is your verdict?
We find the defendant not guilty.
Nicely done, Charlie. Nicely done.
Hey. Hey, welcome back, boy chick.
Hey, thanks.
For your eyes only.
Ready?
Al Germain.
Who?
Al Germain.
You're not working today, Doctor?
Oh, the psychological evaluation of convenience store clerks goes on whether I'm there or not. Here's to the Germain testing service. And to the little ladies who made it necessary.
This note you sent me. She got you, too. What's that mean?
Oh, what's the point?
Well, if you think I'm going to sit here and watch you get drunk, you're crazy.
I got Angel pregnant, Sloan. She was going to have my baby.
How do you know it was yours? How do you know it wasn't her father's?
Because she wasn't having sex with her father. She was having sex with me.
What are you saying? There wasn't any incest?
Not with her father.
What the hell are you talking about?
What Germain want?
Where's Robin?
He's around here somewhere. Charlie, you okay? You look terrible.
Charlie, where you been? I've called everywhere.
You missed People magazine. We wanted you to be in the picture with us.
I was with Al Germain.
This is what you wanted, Charlie. You wanted me to be that person in court today. So that's what I was.
Angel, why don't you go on back to the party? I want to talk to Charlie for a few minutes. You all right?
I feel kind of ridiculous. Let me ask you something. Why the big come on with me, huh?
To keep you interested. The plan was you'd get drunk and there'd be a mistrial. But then you came up with this incest thing, put her on the stand. You saw what she can do.
Did she kill him?
I don't know. But I hope she did. Miserable bastard. He made her sick in the first place. And he wants to put her in a cage for the rest of her life. Why? Because she loves me. That's what made him so furious, you know. It was the love that we have for each other. And I do love her. And no one's ever gonna hurt her again. No one's gonna put her in a straitjacket, or lock her in a room, or shoot her full of drugs. Never again. It's a new world, Charlie. It's very different from the backseat of your old Chevy. Goodbye, Charlie.
Excuse me. Hey. Hey, you can't sleep here. You'll freeze to death. Huh?
Hey, Dad.
Molly. Wow.
I heard you were trying to reach me, so I thought I'd... I'm clean, Dad. Really, I am.
Hey, come on in. Get warm.
Yeah.